What's up, world? It's your girl, Shirley Pearl, back with another video on the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 8. And I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so let's just get right in it. And I have my allegedly badge up there on Stacey's picture because I'm about to talk that talk. And some people might be offended, but it's strictly my opinion. And I'm going to say it because I got something to say, and God damn it, I'm going to say it. So the episode starts off as a continuation of last week with Kiana trying to get Monique to nuck and buck about Chris Samuels. And basically, in a nutshell, she was like, hey, we've been divorced almost 2 years. If I wanted him, I would have kept him. I don't want him. And I don't care who he date, long as she treat the kids good. Real big woman grown stuff. And I love it. So Kiana, that grave you dug for Stacey looks like you fell into, honey. Uh-huh. So moving right along, Ashley brings up that it's just peculiar, Stacy. It's just peculiar that you and name Joe Edibles, a Nigerian name that means be happy, Happy Eddie, also that you even have this proximity to Nigerian heritage. And of course, Stacy is like, oh, well, I have Nigerian in my heritage, and we went to a study and it showed, girl, bullshit and lies. Okay? It's all caps, Stacy. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're doing. I see that you're playing a villain and a nice guy. And in the beginning, everybody thought you was being bullied for the bad breath and oh, you rented TJ, which I believe. Okay, my opinion. But they was just coming so strong, girl. You ain't but 110. So now I'm saying that, girl, you from Detroit. We city slackers. And I see it, baby. So anyway, she's trying to dispel that she ain't, you know, it's room in the market for everybody and everything. But what's unique about this little discussion is Angel inserts herself and says, what about the you know, your police presence, or what did Angel say? I can't remember. I'm ad libbing. But she basically says social justice, yada yada yada. And Stacey left her on red. It was no response. And even when Angel went to her confessional, I was just glad she didn't start crying. She was like, oh, she's being rude, and okay, well, I'm not gonna be rude back or whatever. But I'm like, girl, to me, Stacey don't care about no goddamn social justice. Neither do we. Okay? So it was null and void. Okay. So anyway, they get on the big old float that Ashley had made, the GNA, the name of her and Giselle's company. And Wendy in her confessional said, wait a minute, wait a minute. First it was clothes, then it was some aerobics. Is this a tax front, Wendy? Come here, mama. Come here. Come right up here. I need you not, hear me good, to not speak on any legalities, okay? From this episode on out. Have them edit it out, do whatever needs to be done, but I need you not to speak on no legalities, girl. You don't have room. Goodbye. So anyway, they get on the floor, they twerking, dancing, whatever, whatever. Ashley looked like Ashton, a little boy. Um, Ashley basically let it known that one day leaving church, she didn't say what age she was. She let her grandmother know she had a crush on a girl. And then her grandmother was like, oh, okay. And then at 14, she went to Black Pride. So now her grandmother is just like, well, who you dating? What you dating? Him, her, us, we, uh-huh, yeah. And they cool with it. Which, she of that generation where the parents are a little younger and they are cool with it. Like, I'm from the old school where people probably are still hiding in closets or ain't revealing that, or it was frowned upon. But now, everybody's just, they cool with it. So nothing really, okay, great. And We're gonna move on to the next scene. The next scene is Bobby and Angel looking at a big old house. 3.2. 3.250 million. Okay. Far cry from that 7 million, but okay, so they pull up. The house has great curb appeal, but when they went in, it was ugly to me. I mean, it was. I'm not gonna say that. Damn, that thing is laid out. So they to me feel like they would have to gut it and make it their own. I didn't like the inside, but it did have a nice pool, which they set outside on the pool in the backyard on the patio furniture. And Angel brings up again how she is disappointed about the catfish comment that Giselle made, but she also says, she throwing it on Wendy, like Wendy was kikiing a little too hard and she the one that really brought it up. Now, I will say, even though Wendy ain't my favorite, it do seem like you just want a problem with Wendy. And we know that the anchors of the show, Karen and Giselle, Karen ain't there, that everybody want to be on the popular girls. It goes all the way back to elementary school. Everybody want to be around the popular girls. Everybody want to have a seat at their table. So Wendy, I mean, she got Stacey, maybe, because it just seemed like all in that. But she is not the anchor of the show. So, and I'm assuming obviously the allegations that have came out against Wendy and Eddie weren't out. But you just know that Wendy gives off pick me, try hard. And just because of Candace with the colorism accusations, everybody just, they didn't like that. They said they had never dealt with that. And of course, Giselle is going to dispel that and be like, yeah, that's my girl. And I'm not saying Giselle don't like her because she dark skinned. I think Giselle just don't like her because she don't like her. She obnoxious. She stood on her degrees. She came back with this mommy makeover and just thought she was Beyonce. And I don't know, Wendy, you just like what's going on with you to me fits. Like it ain't like I wasn't shocked. It fits that you would be having all that Chanel and Birkins and all that. Well, nobody on there carrying that. I mean, Karen to carry a bag or two, Giselle too. Just recently Ashley, but the rest of the cast really, Tiana, yeah. But girl, you could have got that shit off a damn resale. You did not have to do what you did. You did not have to do it. But anywho, so they kind of make Angel and her husband Bobby kind of say, they've looked at 20 properties. They're gonna keep looking. I don't know if that one is a go. They didn't sound like it was gonna be a go, but I guess we'll stay tuned to the end of the season to see if she come up with a house, for 2.3, 5.5, 7.2, who knows. And that was just the end of that scene. There ain't nothing else to talk about. So we go to Giselle. Giselle is talking about that her her podcast that with Robin, who used to be on the show, has had 10 million downloads. And I guess that's good. And I guess that equal money. So congratulations, Jizzy. Okay. So she wants to have a little celebration. So she invites it's her, Giselle, it's Tia, it's Kiana, and it's Ashley to like a little lunch spot to tell them about that and tell them that she's doing an event in celebration of it. So in the midst of that, they talk about uh they talk about on Pride Day whenever Monique revealed that she wasn't really after her last sexual encounter with her husband, she was like done. So basically she says that she talks to Cookie, big Cookie Monster, and that Chris is mad because somebody said that she was treated like a piece of meat and he had bad sex. And I was just thinking like that's so A real man to me wouldn't even get mad at that. You know this is a reality show. You dealt with it with her, with the fighting and the binder and all that. You know they gonna drum up stuff and somebody gonna bring you something back. So Kiana lets it be known that it was Stacey that told him. And I will say, Stacey, if you did, if it comes out that you did, that stock that you had that was so high, and I hope it isn't. I hope it was somebody else or whatever. That shit gonna get to coming down, honey, because this Miss Good Girl, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't did nothing. Um, that little image gonna fade away, boo. It's gonna fade away quick because you're not a girl's girl if you did some crap like that. And I just hope you didn't, you know? So anyway, moving on. Next thing, Wendy and Monique meet for brunch. And Wendy gets there first with the big white Chanel, you know, and the camera go right to it. Um, I want to see the robbery list. No, I'm just allegedly. Make sure you know that's that one on it. But anyway, Monique walks in serving face. You know, I like how she styled her dress and the little buns. It looks really cute, showing all faces. Let you know that she got hell of a neckline, jawline, and a pretty face, and it just was really cute. So yeah, she lets Wendy know, oh, I got the baby and you got the mama. Well, we know your stuff check out, honey. We know your man was in the NFL and probably in the Hall of Fame. So yeah. Yeah. And I feel like this, Wendy, at this point, girl, you could have got some knockoffs. Wouldn't nobody know? You got some of them people that comb and get all close up on the TV and whatever. They don't make that. But I heard that some of them white ones be wearing knockoffs. So, girl, it just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, Monique asks Wendy how is her and Giselle, and she lets it be known that they're friends. They good. I don't believe it, but moving on. Then she tells her about Cookie, big cookie monster. And she says that, well, her and Giselle are best friends now. And Monique lets it be known that she basically a snake and a demonic spirit. Anybody that talk crap about you. And I'm going to tell you what I think. This is my opinion, a Cookie, just from watching the screen. Cookie, you wish that Chris Samuels will would holler at you. But you could tell by Monique as well as Stacey that he likes pretty petite women, which you are neither. So you'll be the type that'll stay close in case somebody have a drunken night and you just a mouth to put you. Let me stop. But you one of them women that'll go back and tell on a woman that you a break girl code, and then Wendy lets it knows well her and Giselle is best friends, and she was the liaison between Karen and the girls while Karen was in jail. And Monique said to me, no, I introduced her to Karen. In 2007, the pop guy, a go-go, was at Chris Samuel's birthday party. And she lied and said he was her daddy, that she was the daughter of him. And she like, if somebody lie about that, then whatever. So you're a liar, a cheater. Yeah, uh-huh. So yeah, I got my good eye on you, Cookie. And I don't like it. I don't. It's just something you giving off, girl. Yeah. So then Wendy asked her how did she feel about the other girl. She was like they were pretty passive, and then she kind of tells her to watch out for Stacey. Like it's kind of weird Stacey's proximity to her, and yeah, with the Nigerian thing. So next thing, snooze fast. Stacey and Timo, and I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna just say it. Timo is not attractive to me whatsoever. To me, he not. You know what I'm saying? Stacey, it just seemed like you would have had like a little Brad Pitt, what's the soccer guy, David Beckham looking girl, and he looked like he missing some chromosomes. He just, girl, is the money up there? Do he got Michael Darby money, girl? Because ugh, his body ain't hitting on nothing. But anyway, they go to the daughter swim lesson, snooze fest. She invites Tia. Tia comes, introduces him to Tia. She says that she's British and she's royalty or whatever, and blah blah blah. Tia tries to invite them out to dinner with Eddie, Wendy, her and her husband. And he said he has to fly out of the country. And he doesn't make much eye contact with Tia. And one thing, if you want to piss me off, don't make eye contact. I don't trust you. And that is to me a signal that you lying about something. So yeah, he declined the invitation, this, that, and the other. Next scene, Stacey, um, I'm sorry, Wendy, Eddie, Tia and her husband meet for dinner, and Tia lets it be known that Stacy couldn't come, that she tried to invite her and Timo, but Timo had to fly out, and that she also lets it be known that she felt that Tia was the safest to introduce to him, and Wendy feels a way about it, immediately calls her, checks her, and she tries to check Tia. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tia, you're trying to start something between me and Wendy, and also apologizes to Wendy for not letting Wendy meet him first. That let you know she not your friend, Wendy. I don't care if she was the first to call you after the allegations. I don't care, honey. She's not your friend. But anywho, so it's just, I mean, I wouldn't even care that they weren't there. If I was you, Tia, you see the lies. You heard everything about how she lied. Now you got proof. Girl, move accordingly. That's all I can say. So let's get to the last event. So the event is a Giselle GNA event for the 10 million streams. Robin didn't come. I don't know if Robin just didn't want to be on camera, but Giselle basically says it's because of how she left the show. But Andy said housewives ain't never fired, so why she ain't come? That's what he said at BravoCon. But anywho, meat and potatoes of this. So they confront Stacey about Tia confronts her about, everybody says you lie, and I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, and you trying to spend stuff on me, and Stacy spent that stuff right on up. But then everybody started jumping in it to it, the Chris Samuels things or whatever. So her and Cookie go back and forth, and Stacy is pointing that finger like, and Big Cookie say, don't point your finger at me. And she tells her, all 110, 12 pounds. I could point my finger wherever I want to. Go on, Detroit, because that's just how we get down. What? What you want to do? What up? What up, doe? But you know that all she had to do was bump into Stacy. She'd have flew through a window, but hey, gone with it. Then Kiana jumps in it. If I had a husband, you would never be around her. And she hit her with a 1-2. She was like, you don't have one. Then she let her know she been mute. Now you up to two. I mean, Stacy was reading it down like straight from the D. But Stacy, I don't know, baby. I don't know if you just I don't know, like me in the audience watching this, I'm like, okay, she getting with him. But then the other part of me is like, but damn, you was lying. And this is my opinion. Cookie looked like the type of woman that'll bump up next to you, your purse, and all your identity is stolen. I'm sorry, Cookie. You little cutthroat gutter. You look like you a punch a bitch. So I don't know, but Kiana, please don't hit little Stacy. I just know you got so much smoke for her. And Stacy, you are a liar. So that's where I'm at with it. Everything is true. Stacy is capped. Stacy is a liar. Stacy is not telling the truth about her relationships or anything. Kiana, you are a nuck if you buck. Cookie, you are what Monique said, because I think '07 to 2026 almost is a good damn length of time to know a person character. So, yeah. But anyway, it was a good watch. I enjoyed it. Can't wait for next week. Let's see where it go. Let's see if Stacy gonna get that finger a little closer because Cookie look like she'll bite it, boo. So if you like what I'm talking about, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next week for another episode. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. And just as a side note, I will be reviewing Married to Medicine because that is my show. All right. Happy holidays, everybody. Take care. Bye.